All right, we're live. Hey everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Art and Chat. This is where you can discover new artists with me. You can create art with us, and you can learn a lot of tips and tricks to different ways to draw art. So, my first episode is with Maitreyee. Hey Maitreyee. So you can introduce yourself.
Hello.
Hi.
You can hear me great, right?
Yep.
All right. Hello, everyone. And thank you so much, Teresa, for having me as a first guest. And especially belated happy birthday for people who don't know. You just had your birthday. I hope it went really well. And yeah, I mean, you are such an amazing force in this industry, and a lot of people are like so much inspired by you. So yeah, like my introduction. Hello, everybody. I'm Maitreyee. I am an independent art director, designer, illustrator. I have my own independent studio, and we work with brands like Samsung, Budweiser, UCLA, and even more. And yeah, I cannot definitely choose a path. So I've done. I mostly do everything, and I like it that way. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to create art with you. And for people just coming in, I'm Teresa Melvin, and I'm an artist and the founder of Avaramona, which is about my two original characters right here. And ever since I was 3, I've always loved to draw characters and make up stories. And when I was 5 was really when I got recognition for my artwork because there was a movie called Bangalore Days actually where my artwork was in the title graphics of the movie. So from there, I joined the NFT space in 2021. Spoken multiple events, and I'm speaking in NFT NYC next month for like the third time. So that's really exciting. So you can see my artwork there. Um, and my artwork in Super Rare is also going to launch in Tuesday by Miss O'Cools, which I'll explain later. So if you want to learn more about my collection Ava Ramona, which is going to launch soon, my new website avaramona.art is also going to launch with new details and stuff. So yeah, a little bit about me. I think we can get started. So yeah.
Just such a oh man, you're such an inspirational person, man.
Thank
Go ahead. Never stop.
Of course. Uh, all right. So both chose a prompt your void. I think
Yeah.
we can like while we're drawing, we can explain what we think of that prompt as well.
Yeah, sure. Because I think we went back and forth with a lot of prompts, right? And like all the prompts are so good. Hey, Viraj, I can see you. So we can actually, yeah, we went with your void because your void can be anything, right?
Mhm.
It's something that you are getting inspired by, or got inspired by, or your journey, or whatever. So it can have anything, everything, and we both love to just blast off with colors, right? So I think we can just go crazy with it.
Yeah.
And yes, I know it's not going to end within this session, but we'll definitely take you through the process on how we both approach our work and how we both approach art in general.
Mhm.
And yeah, you'll see our process if you can see. I mean, you can see her sketchbook as well. You can see my iPad as well. Hello. And yeah, yeah, we'll just start sketching. And the prompt is your void. So it can be anything. So if you guys want to join us with your sketchbooks and, tag us afterwards when you're done with the illustration, you can, right?
Mhm. Yeah. So let's get started.
Yeah, sure.
I got this sketchbook as a gift from my friend, and I'm just really excited to like first draw in here. So
You know what? Now I want such friends who could give me sketchbooks.
yeah, she got the perfect gift. She gave me a bunch of markers and stuff as well.
Oh man. I mean, this is like a never-ending thing, like sketchbooks and markers and pencils. And I mean, the more you give, the less it is for me, you know.
Yeah, I
So
actually
yeah,
I actually start with all of my drawings with like sketching on paper first. So we all have like
yeah,
different processes. So you could explain
for sure.
how you do that as well. I like starting with like pen or pencil as well.
Sounds great. Do you want to go first?
Of course, I like to
Mm-hmm.
make thumbnail sketches first, so it's not
Mm-hmm.
anything like really finalized, but just a quick sketch. I have this like Polaroid camera, which I'm gonna in like put in my work as well, kind of involved in it. So yeah, you can explain your process too.
Sure, yeah, because I think my process is very, hey Akash, hey Mayank, we can see you. Hello, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, we were just saying if you guys want to just, sit with us and draw and sketch, you can. And the prompt we are sketching right now and illustrating right now is the void, like whatever your void is, right? Your void, your world kind of thing.
Mhm,
So, yeah, it's a very abstract prompt, so you can go crazy with it. Like she explained her process, I think for me, I just start with Procreate most of the times,
mhm,
the app Procreate on iPad, and yeah, sometimes I do like sketchbooks if I feel like going with the old things, right? But nowadays, if I'm doing a lot of like 3D work and everything, so I go with my iPad, and then I take this into the Illustrator version of it, and then I do the basic lining, and then go to the desktop Illustrator, and then do the 3D work there. So it's a bit up there. So let's see how much we can
yeah.
I don't know
Finish.
finish today, but yeah.
All right. What's your favorite medium like in art?
Um, I absolutely love canvas in general.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't have the maybe the time as much because sometimes like if I'm sketching for clients, let's say, they usually mostly just want it for digital purposes, right? They want to print it somewhere or something, so I cannot go with the canvas thing most of the times, and sometimes I don't have that much time. But yeah, canvas. I absolutely love canvas and like different mediums of colors.
Hmm.
What about you? Do you like canvas or do you like digital mostly?
I paint in canvas sometimes. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I draw most of the time in my sketchbook. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I like to just block in colors with markers. Um,
Right.
yeah, and when I'm doing digital art, I like to draw with Procreate, which is a digital art.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, I'll be moving in to that digital.
Digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense because
Mhm.
I feel like sometimes like sketching into a sketchbook, like an actual organic physical sketchbook, it has like a very different feel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if like a lot of people say like if you have what is it, the paper like finish on your iPad, which I do,
Mhm.
it's still not the same, right?
Yeah.
It's still not the same. So yeah,
Mhm. I have the paper like as well, actually.
yeah, I think that is good, and it's matte, right? It's matte finish, so you don't have to continuously just tilt your iPads to see if it's shiny or I can see someone else's face from the background or something.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Mhm. So I looked through your interviews as well,
Oh
and
my God.
posts and stuff, and I just thought like it was so cool and colorful. And
Uh-huh.
that you worked with a lot of like big brands as well. Uh,
Hmm.
you can explain that as well. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I absolutely love freelancing in general, I would say. And I have done the 9 to 5 gigs a lot.
Hmm.
But I absolutely still love freelancing just because, or being an independent designer, which means that I can hire people on the project basis and all of that. And the thing is, yeah, I like to be creative. Like I think even you can agree on this. The
Hmm.
more creative freedom, the better.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, so it was mostly about I think getting bigger clients is always about I think networking. And the more I networked, the more I got in contact with a lot of um, big brands like the marketing people and the HR people. and they like the work. And I think most of it is about confidence and how you speak, and if you can show them the process
Yeah.
of that, yes, you are the person who can do this work for advertisement or directing a TV commercial or something. um, yeah, I think then you're good to go. But yeah, I mean, what about you? I think you start with a banger, like especially when it comes to Web3 and everything. Can you tell me about like how your process was, and something you would like to share that you haven't shared before, like about your journey?
Well, starting into the NFT space,
Mm-hmm.
I'm really focused on the tech side. I was more on the art side. That was what I enjoyed, and I'm still learning more about that as well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and oh yeah, um, I there's a lot of like different communities that I found and different people in the NFT space that
Mm-hmm.
I'm with that have really supported me and a lot of other people like me. Um,
Yeah.
for example, there's a community called Miss So Cool Girls, um,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually support a lot of like young girls, teenage girls, um,
Mm-hmm.
into coming into space, and being confident and stuff like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Thank you. Yeah, they have this website,
Mm-hmm.
Miss So Cool Girls Biddle, where they post like tutorials from other creators. So the
Yeah.
live that I did before is
Mm-hmm.
actually on that website. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
really happy about that as well.
That's cool. I mean, would you like to give like top three tips of to people about getting into this space in general?
Yeah, I would say never like do this alone. Find if you don't know like what to do, just learn
Mm-hmm.
from other people, look on videos or how other people are like doing in this space, and
Mm-hmm.
that as your inspiration to move forward with your own thing. And I
Yeah.
would say, art. A lot of artists
Mm-hmm.
they love to make art, but they don't understand how like people are not um, like seeing it. I feel like you need
Yeah.
your voice heard, and
Mm.
you need to like step out of your comfort zone because if you don't do that, you'll be stuck in one
Yeah.
place as for a long
For
time.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. I think I agree with that, and especially you know what, when I started to actually do a lot of maybe these sorts of sessions, like talking with other people, or even doing it solo on like Instagram Live or even on YouTube, I think
Mhm.
at that time, I think people started to even come into the whole idea of, yeah, let's talk about it. You know, otherwise they don't know who you are and they don't know where to see your work, or you're just work to them. You're not an individual, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that for sure.
In this picture, I by your void, I kind of explain that as like where I find happiness in my own world, things
Mm-hmm.
I like to do, things that make me grow. So I
Yeah.
a bunch of things. I like Polaroid pictures. So what I did
Mm-hmm.
was I have this pink camera where all of my ideas, all of the things I like are kind of coming out of this camera as well.
Oh, okay.
And I have
Yeah,
and
I can see that.
oh yeah. And I have like this backpack full of books because I love going to the library and school. It's like a really nice place there as well. So I want
Yeah, it's very calming for sure.
to.
Yeah. And are you going to go very colorful with the colors, or just gonna stick with some palette that you have?
Um, well, I do want to keep this like a consistent color palette, but
Mm-hmm.
I love making colorful artworks. It makes me really
Yeah.
happy when I see something so colorful. But
Mm-hmm.
having a color palette makes it all tie in together. And I think that's what
For
you're.
sure.
I think that's what you're really good at.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's like satisfying when you find a good color palette. So I know you love about you love like mixing different colors, making your own color palettes. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so like
I
fine.
mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, colors do make a difference. It
Mhm,
can completely change the mood of the art you're making, I feel.
mhm,
Um, and yeah, I think for this piece, I have no idea. I mean, I went with something else before, and now I'm going with something else. But Right now, I'm in this phase of, I don't know if you can see it. Is it visible?
Mhm. Oh, that's really good.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just trying to see. Yeah, I'm kind of exploring myself right now. So I'm just seeing it on my perspective. Like there is an endless amount of void for me, a creative void for me to
Mhm.
go to, and I'm just discovering myself. So I'm just, I think, coming out of another void and going to another void. So let's see how it goes. I'm not yet sure.
All right.
But I think this is like the beauty of it, right? You don't know how it's gonna go.
Mhm. I'm just like going with the. I don't exactly know which colors to do yet, but I think
Yeah, same.
in my mind.
Same. It's okay. I think that's why like we don't stick to one thing, right? But there are no rules. So
Mhm.
it's fine.
I like wearing a lot of rings as well. I think they're pretty,
Uh-huh.
so I wanna draw that on my hands as well.
Yeah, I mean to be very honest, I was the kind of person who used to wear a lot of jewelry, like in a very bold jewelry, a
Mhm.
lot of like big necklaces and like not earrings actually, but a lot of rings.
Mhm.
But I think that phase has just gone. I think I should get back to it after seeing yours for sure.
All right. I just like at one point for some reason I just got obsessed with rings because it's like whenever you draw, you can just
Oh,
like do something.
oh, I couldn't hear you for a second. Is it my internet or?
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
All
yeah, I
right.
can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, I just like wearing rings because whenever I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
something, I have like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or it just like it shows kind of your personality as well. Like I
For
really like
sure.
I like fun rings like this I went to. So yeah,
Oh yeah. Hey, I like the purple color as well.
thank you. I usually do like some purple in my artworks. I like using purple because it's a nice color and it goes like with everything as well.
For sure. Yeah. Someone is saying, hey, Viraj is saying, wearing rings and creating digital art is hard. It taps on the screen many times. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
hey, we have to sacrifice something for the fashion, right?
Hmm. That's the fun part.
Yeah. I'm still confused what to do.
But yeah, I heard that you're an only child, right?
Yep. High
Yeah.
five to you.
High five to the screen.
Yeah, high five to the screen.
Yeah.
Is it
And
good or is it bad? Like for your
it's
creativity, I feel like it's good. We
mhm,
can get lost in our like solo and there's no one else to propel us.
mhm. It's like it's different. Sometimes I'm like, "Oh,
Hmm.
I'm so happy," and then sometimes it's like, "Oof, I wish I had a sibling." But I feel
Yeah.
I don't know. It just I'm able to like focus on um creating art a lot as well. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of my friends who have brothers and sisters.
Mhm.
They like trouble them a lot, and they feel like they have the company and someone to just, bully. I think in general. But now I'm like, hey, I don't need a brother and a sister to do that. I have my parents. And
Yeah.
now, like, my parents are like, hey, no, you are independent. You're grown up. Don't come to us for bullying. I'm like, too late.
Yeah.
So, do you have any like one person in your head who you think you got inspired from like tremendously? Someone you take your inspirations from?
Hmm. I don't know about one person in particular.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of artists that I've seen online that I get
Mm-hmm.
inspired by. Um, for example, I would say, oh, like, there's a person called Pablo Stanley where he made
Mm-hmm.
like something where you don't have to code to make generative collections for NFTs. And I used bueno.art
Mm-hmm.
for my avaramona collection. Kind of
Right.
explain how it is, but yeah. And he is like a very fun person as well. And he's an artist as well. And when I went to NFT NYC, last year
Yeah.
I met him as well, and got
Hmm.
his signature from his one of his workshops where we could learn
Oh,
about
cool.
art is. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, oh yeah, there's another art like NFT artist. Um,
Okay.
there's a collection called Cool Cats, and I think
Hmm.
it's just really like fun and interactive. Their website has like games on like collecting the NFTs, and I think their art is just like really fun as well. I have their pin on my backpack too.
Oh, cool.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's like having tangible art pieces, right? It does make a difference.
Mhm. Yeah.
I also love a lot of people, of course, but like one of the people I absolutely admire is uh, Amber Victoria. I absolutely love her colors.
Mhm.
Then there is Anna Duje. She's again an illustrator. She's amazing. I won a pin from her, which she sent, and I have that. It's like a small dog pin. It's one of her
Mhm.
characters, like, and I have it on my wallet and everything. So
Mhm.
yeah, it does make a difference for sure.
Mhm. All right. I think I'm almost done with the sketch. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm gonna do with this, yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna scan it on my iPad. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you how
Do you
that
scan it or do you just take a photo?
not scan it, but take a photo. Yeah.
Yeah, one and the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my Procreate. And if you want to add a photo, add an artwork, you can click the plus sign. And this is where you can change the settings for the size. So I'm fixed on 600 by 6,000 by 6,000. And
Mm-hmm.
in time lapse settings, when it exports, I want to tell like good quality. So I put 4K
Yeah.
studio quality and
Hmm.
create. Yeah.
Yeah, because you directly work on Procreate and that's it, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so you need it in a very high resolution setting for sure.
Hmm. And then
Yeah.
I can take a photo from here.
Hmm. Oh, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oop.
It's okay.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And now I can move from here.
Oh man, technology, man.
Wow. It's like combining physical and digital. Oops.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
Hmm.
I think someone is asking, give some suggestions for beginners who wants to come to this field. Hey, Devapriya. I hope I pronounced it right because even my name is pretty, out there. So it's fine. Give some suggestions for beginners who wants to come to this field. What do you think are the top two maybe tips you want to give for beginners who want to come to this field?
I would say, hmm. Oh yeah, I would join like Twitter Spaces as well. I think
Mm-hmm.
they're really useful. Join Twitter Spaces about, what you're going into, because then you can learn from that and watch some interviews on that. And I would say like don't look for perfection, or don't just like post the end result. I would say what we're doing right now, we're showing the process of how we create
Yeah.
our artworks. I would say do the same thing. Show your process in how, in like what you're doing, what you love to do. And people will be really interested by that, and they can like trust you and know more about you as a person and like what you do as well. And it doesn't really matter like what you do, if you do art or if you write, if you design, just
Yeah.
really just like show your full self, um and don't be afraid that like people are trying to look for perfection, because people are trying to look for like good people or good work.
Yeah, for sure. And I
Yeah.
think people want to connect with people and then they connect with their art for sure. I mean, there are things like people connect with art first.
Mhm.
But if they really love somebody and as a person and if they connect with you, there's like such a human touch and the support is like ongoing and not just with one piece, right?
Yeah.
And you get to know your audience as well and everything. So
Mhm.
yeah.
And like I was really an introverted artist like before I started
Mm-hmm.
my work on Instagram. Uh
Yeah.
I loved drawing art, but and I always knew that I had to like become an artist because that's really what I always loved to do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, my dad started an Instagram for me, and for that,
Mm-hmm.
he really wanted me to be comfortable with talking on camera and talking to other people, sharing my artwork,
Mm-hmm.
sharing my stories. So that's how
Yeah.
I started uploading videos and like posting photos of my art
Mm-hmm.
of Ava on Instagram. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's how like it just started from there and then going into the NFT space where I could
Yeah.
participate in many events, collaborate with other artists. That's how I
Mm-hmm.
could know that I had like a skill that I could speak as well.
Mm.
So if I wasn't here right now, I would not know like how to really show my art, if that makes sense.
For sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You never know until you try. That's the thing.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, right now, what I'm doing is I have this brush called Dry.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of brushes on Procreate. I made a group of my favorite brushes. So dry ink is what I use to line. Because if you see,
Mm-hmm.
this looks like blocks, but actually it's pretty textured as well. I like
Yeah.
textured brushes. It's
Do
pretty.
you have custom brushes?
No, not custom brushes. I like to edit some
Okay.
brushes to my liking, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to make custom brushes. Maybe,
Oh, okay. I think you should start making some. I think people would be interested in getting those.
yeah. All right. What brushes do you use usually for Procreate?
Nothing. I just use again like the Procreate basic brushes because most of my work is done in Illustrator, right?
Mhm,
Um, but yeah, I think basic Procreate brushes are good
mhm,
just for just getting the ideas out there.
mhm.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of people using different custom brushes. So yeah, there are options if people want them.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to draw without line work. That's something
Mm-hmm.
I learned to do. Um,
Yeah.
I think last summer, um,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes you want to, sometimes you get bored of the same style and you want to see like what else you could do.
For
Um,
sure.
yeah. And that's how basically you can progress in art or whatever you do. So sometimes I like to do line work, and sometimes I just like to do like a lot of shading and light without lines.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, right?
Mhm,
Experimenting is such an important thing. I mean, I cannot get enough of it, and
mhm,
I constantly tell people like, you have to experiment no
yeah.
matter what, because I mean, if you don't experiment, you get stuck at one place,
Mhm,
and when you get stuck at one place, you start the whole not knowing where to do and what to sketch and how to get inspiration from, and it's just like you're not get letting your creativity flow, I think, in a way.
mhm,
So I think experimenting is for sure good, and just mix materials if you feel like it, like she did with the whole what do you call it, like going from a physical art like book, a sketchbook, to digital. You can definitely do that, or you can even I've seen a lot of artists printing their work and um, going with a physical brush and giving it like the golden details and everything. Even that works great. So yeah, don't stop with the experimentation.
yeah. And when I created artworks, I really wanted to make sure that every line was perfect, and I would like zoom in so hard to like fill in the little spaces. But actually,
Mm-hmm.
it's really about the bigger picture, and
Yeah,
what you see there. So instead of focusing on the little details, I would say just like have fun with it.
for sure.
Hmm.
For sure. Because, I mean, in the end, there is no perfection. Like, in the end, there is no perfection. You will always feel like, oh, I can do better,
Yeah.
right? So I feel like those imperfections can give you your own style.
Mhm.
very clearly. So yeah, just go for it. I mean, don't stop.
Yeah.
Is there any specific movies or I don't know music that inspires you or have created a big impact?
Yeah, I there's a animated movie called Encanto, and
Mm-hmm.
I really like it because it's very colorful, and I got really inspired by all the different characters. It's like when I
Yeah.
watch the movie and again, I don't really get bored of it. So
Hmm.
I really like watching a lot of animation movies because
For sure. Yeah.
not just because it's fun, but you can also learn from it just by seeing that like movies. Um,
Yeah.
and on Disney Plus, I actually watched a series where Pixar's creators show like how they do their work. And there was an artist there where they explain like how they do their work and how their life is as like a creator at Pixar. And that really inspired me. I just thought like that's a really fun life to live, you know?
Yeah. I
So
mean, they get like even in Disney people, right? They get actual reindeers
mhm,
to sketch, and I'm like, wow,
that's
that
so
would be so cool.
wow. So, I would say that a lot of us get the question
Mm-hmm.
what you want to be when you grow up as a kid, like
Mm.
time. Uh,
Yeah.
some of us it's like fixed on one thing. Like I knew I always want to be an artist and I'm
Mm-hmm.
becoming an artist. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's different for people. I would say like how
Yeah.
was like your experience with that? Like did your like thing of what you wanted to be when you grow up change a lot, or did you have this like idea that you knew you wanted?
Yeah, I think I mean, I think I was a bit creative,
Mhm.
not a bit, a lot of creative. When I was growing up, so I used to mess up the walls in my house, which really pissed my parents off. It was with like whole colors and sketchbooks and everything. So yeah, that, and I think my mom kind of understood that. Yeah, I think she likes to draw after she saw like my history and science books
Mhm.
just filled with art, like textbooks, just with a lot of sketches because I used to watch a lot of anime growing up
Mhm.
for kids, anime like growing up,
Yeah.
and I used to draw a lot of anime characters growing up, and I was really good at it. And I think at that time she was like, you know what, if I'm going to pursue like if my daughter is going to pursue this as a career, she needs some training in it. So I was like, oh, going for classes and everything, but I was pretty set on I want to be a creative person, but I never knew what exactly.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, maybe I would love to become an animator because, again, I used to love movies in general. I think one of the favorite movies of all time is by Ghibli Studios called My Neighbor Totoro.
Mhm.
It is such a like pure-hearted movie, and I thought, oh my God, like the watercolor and everything is so beautiful in it. Um, so yeah, I always thought I would be an animator, but then I saw the technical side of it rather than just drawing part. I'm like,
Mhm.
and then I got my education in fine arts, where I also learned design, illustration, and everything. And I just fell in love with abstract illustrations and even like going for strategies for you have to design a lot of stuff,
Mhm.
um, mood boarding, and just the logical side of creativity as well. So I just thought of that in a way like, you know what, if I love doing all of this at once, I don't think I should just stick to one thing. It's okay if I want to experiment and you know be a
Yeah.
generalist.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean,
I mean it keeps changing.
mhm. When I was like, I think 9 or 8 years old,
Hmm.
I thought that I was like always going to do physical work because I was kind of scared at like the fact of digital work because I didn't know how to do it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
so then you know my dad pushed me to like experiment digital art to see how I would be interested in it. And at the
Yeah.
first few months and stuff it was definitely
Hmm.
frustrating getting used to how to use like brushes like on Procreate, how to
Mm.
use
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
um, and I did my logo I mean, not my logo, but I did my signature a few years
Hmm.
ago on Adobe Fresco, and I think that's the first time I used digital art. So
Hmm.
sometimes, like doing the simple thing, it took me a long time, other than painting.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
but over time, as I got used to it, as I got learning more about it, I was really
Hmm.
interested in it. So I would say, just because like you're fixed on one thing, there's a bunch of things
Yeah.
that branch out, like you said. So yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, creativity is about freedom, right? If you
mhm,
get stuck on one thing, it's not good.
yeah,
I mean, you can just pick one field, like illustration, and just keep on exploring. It's not like you have to choose like different fields for sure, like I have done. But you can just take illustration. I've seen, like even for me, I'm kind of adding in a lot of 3D effects in my illustrations with the um, I think 2D characters a lot. It gives like a different materialistic, like it has like two best of both worlds kind of thing. So yeah, I'm just kind of experimenting right now. Oh, we
nice.
have. Okay, I love anime. Hey, Rupali, I love anime too. Which anime character do you enjoy drawing the most? Ooh, okay. So I have a sketchbook, and I absolutely love drawing Ghibli studios, like in general, all movies. But um, Spirited Away, the movie Spirited Away,
Mhm,
is just in my heart for such a long time, and I have drawn like so many characters from Spirited Away. Um, Yeah, I think Haku would be one of the favorite ones. And No Face
mhm.
from Spirited Away. So yeah.
All right.
What about you? Do you
Uh,
draw any characters?
yeah. Growing up, I like to draw a bunch of cartoon characters, and I didn't actually watch anime. Um,
Hmm.
I'm like interested in watching anime, but I like drawing like Disney princesses as well. Or just
Yeah.
like I like to draw. And actually Studio Ghibli, I've heard a lot about it. I had an English
Mm.
and he loved Studio Ghibli and he showed us like
Yeah.
a little bit of like the movie Spirited Away. Uh
Mm.
and I never finished it, but that was like
You
really
should watch it. It's such an amazing movie, and yeah, like not just watch it. I think you should even check out Hayao Miyazaki's sketchbooks. So he has also some sketchbooks like behind the scene
yeah,
illustrations and art, like he has done for the concept of the whole movie, right? So they're just beautiful,
I
just
know.
so beautiful.
I should watch it today. Like I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
I really should.
yeah. Yeah, it's Sunday for you, right? It just started.
Hmm?
Go for it.
Yeah.
It's Sunday for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my Sunday is already over. But yeah, just have that one of those movies like in your um, to-do list or to watch list.
Yes. I should.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. What are your next plans though in this whole field? Do you want to do more of the things you're doing right now, or explore something else?
Right now, like I'm making NFTs, but I want to like NFTs really help me to engage with like a larger audience, and I really want to
Mm-hmm.
um, off of that. So from Ava Ramona, making the collection right now, I want to expand that into making books, making a studio for that, or making it
Yeah.
as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I really want to branch off with that, make more stuff. And,
Yeah.
I've always been like interested in learning how to do animation properly. And I never
Mm.
really have. So after the collection, I'm gonna experiment with a lot of different ways, even make comics. Because in my sketchbook, I like
Yeah.
to make short comics, just one-page comics of funny scenarios that have
Yeah.
school and stuff. So
You
yeah.
know what? I think your style would definitely suit like a comic book.
Hmm.
And you can do like digital comic books for sure.
Hmm. Yeah.
Put it on, I think is it Webtoon? Yeah,
Hmm.
I think it's Webtoon. Webtoon has like digital comics. You should definitely check it out. I think it would be really an amazing
All right.
exploration thing for you. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, there's I have a few like graphic novels as well.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I have the book called Real Friends, and I really like that. I like the story, first of all. It's about the author's journey as a kid making friends. And
Mm-hmm.
the illustrator of it, Levin Pham, I really love her artwork because it's not about, being perfect, but she like conveys the emotion and it's really fun. So yeah, I that's how I got inspired to, you know, wanting to make comics or wanting to make graphic novels with a.
Yeah.
So I kind of like took that and I put that as a book in my illustration. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I drew a book in my backpack to show that I love reading and I want to make books as well. I like writing
Yeah.
stories too.
Yeah. Do you have like a specific plot in your head already?
Not really sure, but I'm thinking of the first book has to be how they first met. Like maybe Ramona was the new neighbor. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Backstory.
uh-huh. So
Yeah.
something like that. It's been stuck in my head like for a long time when I first created them. This is like the space where I can actually do that as well.
Yeah, you can, you can. And you know what? I think you should keep on going live like
Yeah.
this and just even if you don't have any guest,
Hmm.
which is completely fine, you can just still, show your process and just have people chill with you whenever you're sketching. So yeah, that's it's a nice platform,
Yeah.
like a sketch buddy.
Yeah. That's why I really want to do the art and chat series,
Mm,
so that first of all, like people can like a lot of kid artists can also see these YouTube lives, and
yeah,
get a way to get started in art, and also it's a way for me to learn from a lot of other people that I meet, and I think it's just really fun having to draw with someone as well.
yeah. Yeah, it's really fun because I am I've been doing this whole gig alone for like a lot of years now, being
Hmm.
an independent designer and all of that,
Hmm.
which is pretty. Uh, I mean, it's not lonely because lonely is a very sad word. I absolutely love my own company. I'm a
Hmm.
very introverted person, by the way, so I think talking so much, so comfortably is like a trait I picked up afterwards. But yeah, it is such a thing that you do very solo. I don't know how to say it without being sad. It's not a lonely thing for sure. But yeah, it's sometimes good to have someone, with you and you're sketching together and yeah, you can just share the passion for art that you have. But yeah, this is
Yeah.
such a great initiative.
Hmm.
Hello,
So
guys, whoever is watching, if you guys have any questions for Teresa and me, please go ahead and ask.
yeah, I have a question for you too. What are your plans for the
Mhm.
future?
No idea.
All right.
I just feel like creating. That's it. I mean, I just love creating, and whenever I get like a new project, like I've done, for example, I've done art direction before, and when I got to work with Samsung for like a TV commercial,
Hmm.
I have done storyboarding a lot, um, but I never thought I would directly work on a big project and that too with Samsung, right?
Hmm.
So it's like slowly, I just don't want to get scared of anything, and just say yes to new opportunities, right?
Hmm.
And in the end, you figure out what you want to do and how resourceful you are. And yeah, so I feel like not saying no to opportunities just because I'm scared would be like the future plan for me. Um, but yeah, I think I just love to do everything. Um, so yeah,
Nice.
that's that. Yeah, I don't know if that's the answer you were looking for, but yeah,
Yeah, there's different ways to say that.
yeah, for sure.
In all of these Polaroids, I'm doing a quick doodle of like
Hmm.
important things in my life or, the little things as well. Um,
Yeah.
Ava and Ramona, just like as blobs. Um, and my
Hmm.
family and hashtag our fam. So just like, yeah. something
Oh,
like
nice. Yeah, these are like detailed, man. Yeah, very detailed. I like the concept of this actually.
thank you.
This can literally be the where the comic starts.
Hmm.
It's like there are photos going up
Yeah,
in the air. But yeah.
I'm on that own world. I love how you like sometimes, make shapes look like they're how do I say this? Like connected, but they're not connected. Like that bow that
Hmm.
you did and the bun, that's really cool.
Yeah.
It makes it just like
Yeah. Can you guys see it? Yeah. I mean, it gives like a very different abstract look, but you know it's there. It's like playing with the whole art space of it, right?
yeah.
Um, Imagination, I think. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's fun. I think coming up to the style, what do you think about? Have you found out your own style yet?
Yeah, I really like doing like cartoony kind of artwork. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of like cartoons and animations and stuff really inspire that growing up. And in my family, actually, even though we're all artists in the same house, we
Yeah.
have like
Mm-hmm.
different styles. Like I love making cartoony styles. My mom likes doing traditional oil painting, which is like
Yeah, I've seen it. It's really beautiful.
yeah, and my dad who does like portrait sketches digitally. So
Yeah.
on the art aspect, I feel like we're growing by ourselves. But on other things, we're really helping each other grow as well. If that
I
makes
mean, that is so important.
hmm
And as an artist, you can easily get lost on like what I want to do next because you have so many ideas going in your head, right?
yeah.
So having a sounding board does really help.
Hmm.
So that's a great thing, guys. If you're not like if you don't follow this whole talented family on Twitter, you should.
Oh, thank you.
They are very active, and like every morning, whenever like my Twitter what notification bell rings, it's like either you or Melvin just tweeting about something they found interesting or a new talk, and I'm like, ah, that's nice, that's inspirational. I should start my day well, you know.
Yeah, thank you. I like look through all your posts. I looked through like the beginning of your Instagram to
Mm-hmm.
and I could see like how you like changed your style and like
Mm,
experimented with different things. So
yeah.
yeah, I
I
feel
mean, that's the reason why I still keep it
like
because I feel like, hey, I mean, it's a journey, right? I don't want people to think that you just got to this style like since
mhm,
the beginning or whatever.
yeah.
It's great to see how you have developed. And
Mhm,
at that point, maybe I thought that that was great, which is awesome. At this point, I'm thinking this is great, but I think you have a very clear mind, like milestones
mhm,
or like a roadmap on how you got there,
mhm,
which is again an amazing thing. But
yeah.
yeah. I don't think I'm gonna finish just sketching this because this chaotic madness is gonna keep going. I think I'll start color blocking it in Procreate itself rather
Mhm,
than going to Illustrator
mhm.
right now.
All right. It looks really cool, actually. I like the different shapes.
Yeah,
Like there's like pointy things and like straight things, and then there's like perfectly curved things.
yeah, yeah. Because I so my style is mostly created from I love geometric shapes a lot, and I also love the abstract, um, like the creativeness of an abstract, and merging them together creates like a great contrast.
Mhm,
So yeah, I love doing this. So let's color block it,
yeah.
which is gonna be like the most fun I'm gonna have, just playing with colors, you know.
Mhm.
Please plug all the links to follow. Yeah, I think we can do that. I think we can add everyone's Twitter and Instagram after maybe this is gone up, or you can just check our Instagram and you can follow there
Mhm.
because it's a lot of social media
Yeah,
accounts. But don't worry, you'll get there.
yeah.
What other hobbies do you pursue apart from exploring the digital creative field? Which is very interesting. What are your hobbies?
I like to write stories actually. I'm not really
Oh,
good at making like a beginning or end to a story. I just like jump and get
mhm.
like straight to the plot or in the middle of the story. Um, and I don't know. I think it's just really fun. I like to draw. I mean, I like to write the stories in my sketchbook and make little illustrations based off of that.
Yeah,
That's something
yeah.
I enjoy. I also like listening to music or listening to an audiobook while I draw or just do a task that, you know, is quiet. So,
Mm,
mhm. And what
that's
about you?
nice. I love to cook, but it's not like an everyday thing.
Mhm,
So it's like I need to be in the zone, like just like creativity.
mhm,
But yeah, I found like how we get ideas of different things and we patch it together to create our own masterpiece, right? It's
mhm,
a similar thing when you cook food.
mhm,
I'm a big foodie. I can literally eat anything. So I absolutely love just exploring, different food options and cooking, which is again, I feel like it's a very creative thing. Again, I also love music, like instruments and everything. So I play a ukulele and I have a keyboard that I've been playing since I was in seventh grade. So that's very calming and soothing for me
mhm.
whenever I'm stressed. So
Nice.
yeah, that's another thing.
That's really cool. I actually forgot to say this, but I play the violin as well.
Oh, I always wanted to learn the violin because I always thought, oh, I mean, it's gonna take such a long time,
Mhm.
and my neighbors are gonna get fed up with it after a while if I
Yeah.
don't play well.
Yeah, at first it's like that. It's like, I really like wish I could like just like from this make a song out of like nowhere. Um
Yeah,
and now like I'm not able to like just make a good song like that. But I
yeah,
learned how to like make different songs on the
mm-hmm.
violin of other songs,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So it's all about like being patient to learn something.
Mm, yeah, for sure. I feel the same way. Like once I understood like the notes and the chords and everything,
Mhm,
I just now close my eyes and I just play a random tune wherever it comes from, and it's so soothing in my head.
mhm,
And there has been times like when I was doing like designing for the FIFA that just happened 2023.
mhm,
Yeah, 23, 22, sorry. And even Lollapalooza, we were working with Budweiser and all of the brands, and it was so stressful because everything was supposed to be designed and gone out like within the same day, and because it's big events, right?
yeah.
um, I was so stressed,
Mhm,
and my watch couldn't stop just reminding me, like, oh, your heartbeat is going up 100, 120. And I'm like, wait, this is not good for my anxiety or whatever. But
mhm,
yeah, I think at that point, I used to just sit on the keyboard and just play, whatever it might be, like even like the basic Beethoven, like for Elise or something. I used to just play. But yeah, I think music is again a very creative outlet. I
yeah.
never thought like how creative outlets, even like I think food, right?
Mhm,
It's a different creative outlet, but I never thought like we get attracted to so many different creative
mhm.
hobbies.
Yeah, because sometimes it's like you think that you're only good at one thing, and that's just like
Yeah.
your main skill. But
Mm.
really, a lot of people have different skills. Um,
Yeah.
Sometimes like some people don't realize that, and yeah, that's what I have to say. Because I feel like I would say sometimes I feel like my only skill is art, but there's a lot of different things that I love to do and things that I'm good at as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they do play like such an important role.
Mhm,
How do you guys get ideas for illustrating? Yeah, so for right now, the idea was the void. So with this ideation, I think for me at least, I went with what I see in my void, it was your void. So for in my void, I can see I just came out of one void, if you can see. And just looking at like the future of the void that I would love to go to. So yeah, the ideating process just goes through a lot of, I think, experimenting. I
Mhm.
think with layouts and colors and shapes and everything. And these shapes that you see, these will be 3D. So which I can't do it here, but I'll do it later on in the Illustrator. But yeah, I think ideating or just sketching a lot would definitely help. Like especially Teresa did with a lot of just layout sketches, right? Um, on her sketchbook. That definitely helps. What do you think, Teresa?
Yeah, I feel like just like starting with one idea in my sketchbook, whether it's like perfect, whether it's like a big doodle or it's just like a tiny scribble, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
just like something sparks you to, make an entire piece. You know,
Mm,
it's not always about starting with like a really cool idea and then, quickly making a piece. Because
yeah.
when I do like portraits of other people, it never looks like them on the first sketch or, the first.
Mm,
It's just like I keep improving and improving and like noticing these little things where, you know, the person looks like this more, and really improve on that. Uh,
yeah. Oh, my think camera just shut
oh,
off. Great.
oh,
Anyways, yeah, I'll show it to guys. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it will happen this way. Anyways, it's okay. Yeah. So you were saying something. Yeah.
yeah, I think I'm done. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, not done with the piece, but I
Oh,
have.
okay. Like the basic color blocking things.
Kind of. I did the hair and the face, doing the Polaroid right now.
Mm-hmm.
After I do the color blocking is when I do the lights and shadows. That's the fun part. I don't think we have enough time for that though. So yeah, I'm just doing the color blocking. Oh, I think you're muted. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm just color blocking right now, which is again a great thing to just understand where your colors are gonna go.
Mhm.
Can you see it?
Yeah, it looks really cool. I love the color.
Yeah. So I what?
I love the colors that you used.
I'm a huge fan of like orange and blues in general. So I think just color blocking things roughly, very roughly, just does help me with, oh, is it going to be balanced or not? Because I think this blue balances this blue, this orange balances this orange, and so on. So if I'm introducing another color here, I will, continue that color over here, which does help a lot.
Mhm.
So when you're actually finally just, thank you, it's visible, right? Okay, great. So yeah, I think it does take some time though with color blocking, but once the idea is wholly there, um, it's very easy to vectorize it afterwards. And it's very easy afterwards also to see which ones you want to vectorize, like the which elements. So I can just share with you. Where is it?
I think oh, it's already 10 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. We've already done like 1 hour.
Mhm. I think we'll have to end this here, and we can share our final pieces on our
Yeah,
social media and share the process of that as well.
for sure.
Mhm.
It was really great. And I think people, if you have sketched with us, even if it's like a rough sketch, do share it on your stories or um, on your Instagram. And don't forget to tag both of us. And second of all, as you guys saw maybe a couple of days ago, or a day ago, there was a giveaway. I don't know if you guys have entered the giveaway. We are giving away. I'll just show what we are giving away. So yeah, we are giving away like a shirt with, and like even a print of our work.
Mhm.
So don't forget to enter it um, as soon as possible. And yeah, share your work. We would love to see what you've done. And if you have questions, you can definitely go on her social media, on my social media, and just ask. We are very vocal people, so we'll definitely answer to it for sure.
So thank you so much, Maitri. It was really fun, doing this casual live with you. It was really easy to, just draw and talk to you at the same time. And I feel like not just like the people watching this live have learned, but we've learned it from each other as well, how
Yeah.
it's certain different things. So thank you everyone for joining the first episode of Art and Chat. Stay tuned for more episodes of this series with other people. And yeah, follow us on our socials. I have a website, teresamelvin.com and avaramona.art. So all the links will be in comments as well.
Yeah, it was nice talking with you. Thank you so much for joining, and see you guys soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.